Good morning, everybody. I guess it's like, I don't know, 2 o'clock now. I was contemplating taking a hike on the longer trail and wrapping up another section of my long video. But apparently there is a lot of people shooting today. Now, that's not why. I don't know. I have a lot of reasons. I don't know if the buses run normal today. I don't feel like hiking it the reverse way because it is dramatically more difficult. Hiking the reverse way, I hike the entire distance. I don't take the bus up the road. I hike the whole way, and then I hike down the road. And not only does that an extra 1.5 miles, 2 miles, there's a lot more hill doing it that way. Especially if I decide to take the even more difficult way to avoid traffic. Next reason is, all my hiking shoes have holes in them, and it rained all morning. So I could already feel my feet getting wet, and I've been out here for 5 minutes. So it's not the end of the world. It's just another excuse to pile on there. And of course, you got hunting. And like I said, I believe that if you take a shot at something and it's a person at any point in your life, you probably shouldn't be allowed to hunt. But unfortunately, people don't have respect, common sense, not maturity. Well, I guess maturity would play a factor in it. Reliability? What's the word? Responsibility? Yeah, I guess responsibility would be the word. To know that you shouldn't shoot at something if you don't know what it is. But, like I said, a lot of people don't have that kind of responsibility to say, okay, I'm too old to hunt. I don't pay enough attention to hunt. They don't have that in their head. There's it's something to do. I got money and time. Might as well go do it. That's one of the caveats to freedom, I suppose. So our furnace broke. That's something kind of exciting. I mean, it's rather warm. It's raining today, so it's probably 40, maybe low 50, now high 40s maybe. So it's not horrible. To me, it doesn't really make a difference at all. I could throw on a sweater and wrap a blanket around me, and my internal temperature is it keeps me pretty warm. My ears and my hands get cold, but the rest of me is I stay warm through some pretty rough times. So, as long as, if I have to wear gloves to play the computer, I mean, yeah, it sucks, but I'm not gonna kill over anytime soon. She's calling someone to fix it already. I'm not sure, said my brother came by, and while I was doing some sort of shopping for good old grandma, and me too, he pumped the oil out of this here drum that she keeps excess oil in, and there's so much gunk that filled up in it, I am almost 100% positive that something's caught the fuel injector or pump or whatever it would be for a furnace. I don't know much about small engines and stuff, but I imagine a furnace is built similarly to a car engine. You'd have something to move the fuel from the tank to the furnace, and then a chamber in which it burns, and then a way to release the heat in one direction and release the smoke out the chimney. So it'd be like having a car that would have, releasing the force to push the engine and releasing the exhaust out the tailpipe. I imagine it would be similar, but that's not a field that I am adept in, so I don't know. With all the junk that was in the bottom of the tank that I heard about, I would be willing to bet that has something to do with it. Because it's only been like less than 24 hours since it got pumped in there, so. So that's my analysis. I ran into, I guess she'd be my aunt. I ran into my aunt. She's married to my grandmother's brother, so she'd be like my great aunt through marriage, I guess. And I was talking to her because I don't have I talk to anybody that talks to me. You show me respect, I show you respect. You don't show me respect, then I snub you like you're a piece of trash. So, I seen her and talked to her, and she was like, I heard you got your license. And I was a little confused because I didn't tell her, and I didn't think her and my grandmother talked, so I didn't know how she heard about it. But yeah, that wasn't the big deal. She was like, when you get in a car, I'm like, well, the most ideal choice of jobs, like the most sure thing that I could think of, fell through, and the government won't help me. So I don't think I'll ever get a car. And she's like, why don't you get her to buy you a car? And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, right? Like I'd be luckier getting struck by lightning. And here's my analysis of the situation, right? Getting my license didn't change much. It doesn't change much. Like, if I don't have a car, I don't have a job, it doesn't matter. Even if I had a car, it really wouldn't change much until I got a job, because I would be able to pay for said car. So unless I have all the pieces of the puzzle, it doesn't make much of a difference. Like, the only thing that would have a surefire impact would be if I got a job, because then I'd have money to do other things. But here's the catch, right? Right now, I had my government assistance stolen from me, right? So I don't have that money. I don't have a job. I don't have ways to get money, like not regularly. Like on occasion I still do like an odd job. But I don't have a way to regularly get money. So if I want anything, I gotta ask good old grandma, right? If I want to go anywhere, unless I walk, I gotta ask good old grandma. So me having a license doesn't change anything. It means now I get to be a free chauffeur on top of everything else. I drive people around because I have a license. And which doesn't really bother me because I am still a little bit... Like, it was probably... Okay, I drove like... I don't know, probably like 5 years ago. I drove for like over 2 years, and I'm pretty comfortable with it. But it's been a long time, so getting a little bit of extra time in gets me more comfortable. So that's not all that. I'm not that annoyed by it. But it's the big picture, If I got a job in a car, there would be nothing holding me back. She wouldn't be able to stop me from doing anything. I wouldn't have to ask her for anything. As long as I stay without a job and car, I'm under her thumb. Unless I walk away. And I think that's what it's all about. That's what gets me thinking that she has something to do with it. Because right now, pretty much anything I want to do or say, or anything I want to do or get done or move on with, I pretty much have to go through her like she's a boss or something. And that's just my analysis of the situation. So if anybody's like, how could you possibly blame your grandmother? She's like 80 years old. How can you possibly think she could do something like that? It's the only person that could benefit from it. Like, keeping me locked down in a way that I can't do anything without, asking permission from good old boss lady. It's... Unless somebody else is gaining something from having me stuck, it's the most reasonable explanation. Like, yeah, it could just be 7 years of bad luck, just a bunch of stuff added up and just randomly happened that got me into this spot. Or, somebody greased the wheels to get me into a predicament that I can't get out of. I don't know. I'm probably nuts. That's probably what it is. I'm probably just making everything up and I'm crazy. Just looking for attention and drama, right? Everybody that knows me knows how much I love drama. Let me tell you. No, I don't know. I'm not crazy. I'm not looking for drama or attention. But I certainly can't explain it. And I certainly don't understand it. Aside from what I tell you guys. Like, that's just... It's like the most... Like I said, compartmentalization. I take the problem and break it down. And the easiest way to find a culprit to something is knowing who's gaining from it the most. And other than, unless she's paying somebody or somebody's gaining something from me being here that I don't know about, she's the most likely culprit. So that's just how it is. And of course there's unknown factors, but that's what they are, unknown. I can't factor them in if I don't know them. But I gotta pee, so I'm gonna outro, but I might talk some more because we're at the pinnacle of the trail, and I got the whole walk back, so thanks for watching. I'll catch you maybe in a little bit.